What's up? Welcome to Codes folks, this is Mr. Purple and back with another video. In today's video, I'll be reacting to a song. It's one of my favorite songs right now. It's called Yaad. I think Yaadein. It's a Hindi song and I'll try my best to translate it. And this is one of my favorite songs right now. It is a depressing song. Cut me some slack, I'm going through shit, okay? So without further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, so this song is from Dino and it's called Yaad. So without further ado, let's get started. I'll try my best on translating this song, but just so you know, Hindi is not my first or second or third language. I picked it up from movies only, so if I do make mistakes, please cut me some slack, and I'm so sorry for butchering all the words or all that shit. So let's get started. Not gonna lie, I love this scenery or this view. It looks very chill. I want to do that. I want to go on a boat ride where I can just like lay down. I think these are called naos. Naos in Hindi? Naos? I know in Bengali it's called noka. So it looks like he just got a... Oh, he's looking on his Facebook, okay. It's got notification on his X or something. That's cute. We've got like snapshots going on here. Yeah. He's asking his best friend. They look really good together. They look very cute together. Video chalo gaya. Looks like there's some dub match going on. Dub smash? Dub match? I don't know what it's called. It's really cute.
I don't know what is wrong with me और क्यों हूँ मैं इतना बेचैन किसे करूँ कंप्लेन किस पे डालूं मैं ब्लेम क्यों रे मेरे साथ में सारे माइंड गेम्स दोस्त बन गया अब ये सारा पेन अब भाड़ में जा लाइफ के सारे एम रोज मैं खुद से कहता हूँ that you just need to relax Dino Jane.
So here it seems like something's wrong with his head. He's talking what's happening to him. He's like confused. He tells himself that he tells himself to relax every day, and apparently he's lost all his aims. Like he lost all his ambitions or something. So I wonder what happened. To be honest, I already know what happened because I've watched this song like 1,000 times, but let's just keep the mystery.
मैं भी चाहता हूँ हमेशा खुश रहूं और ये फालतू के थॉट से दूर रहूं पर ये मोटी लोहे की जंजीरों से कोई आइडिया है मैं कैसे छूटूं दिमाग की मैंने लगा दी है ये कौन सा ख्याल इतना हावी है माँ बाप का सोच के मैं जिंदा हूँ बाकी जीने की कोई वजह नहीं है बाकी है.
Bro, being that spot where like you legit have no reason to live, it's awful. And the only people who actually understand how awful it fucking feels are the people who have actually been in that situation. If you have never been in that situation, you'll probably not understand how awful it is to be in there. And if you're currently going through that spot right now, I'm so sorry that that's what's happening to you, and I really hope you get through it soon. I can't really say everything gets better because there are some days I feel like nothing will ever get better, but honestly, I think it will get better, because if nothing gets better, then I am fucking in for a surprise, because that's gonna hurt like shit. But I just think you should never give up on yourself and just keep pushing yourself on, just hoping that there'll be a better day next time. Because when there is, you'll be looking back at all these times, you'll probably be laughing, be like, ha ha ha, that was me back in the day, crying over that shit. So fuck that.
जाने क्यों बदल रहा है मेरा पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू मैं अंदर से जरा भी खुश नहीं हूँ ऐसा लगता है किसी ने एक बड़ा सा स्क्रू निकाला हुआ है मेरे दिल के थ्रू.
So here he says that it feels really bad, like he can feel himself changing. He feels like a screw is being driven down like through his heart, which is really sad. Like he's just in a very bad place, it seems like.
कभी लगता है उसे मैं जानता हूँ फिर नहीं मिलता है मुझे कोई क्लू wait don't tell me तू है hello baby is it you.
So here he mentions that he feels like he kind of understands what the problem is inside him. He refers to the problem as she, but he doesn't really know. But then he's like, wait, don't tell me it's you. Like he's referring to her ex, I'm assuming, or that's what I think. And then later on, he's literally asking the problem, baby, is it you? And then basically like asking as if it is. He's basically saying, he's asking like the problem, is it you that's sitting inside me, coiled up? It's like, I think it's a reference, it's like kind of like a saying in Hindi when people are just like kind of hiding there. So it's basically saying, are you the one who's hiding inside me? He's saying, he's asking the problem, like he's asking his ex, what else do you want from me? Like everything I had, I've given it to you. So like, what else? Like I have nothing else to give you, basically. I can't believe that why are you still? He's saying he can't believe that the problem, like she's still in his mind. So he's basically saying that he's asking basically his ex, imaginary ex that's inside of him right now, like, do you understand how fucked up my life got ever since you left? Like, do you understand what kind of shit I go through? He's basically, how could you like forget me in 2 days? Are you like a piece of wood? Like, do you not have a heart? He's saying like, I loved you unconditionally. Maybe that was my only fault. So basically, this guy loved his ex like so much, and then she just forgot him in like 2 days, and he's just like, what the fuck? Like, you know, maybe that's my fault that I loved you unconditionally, you know? So he's recounting his own memories, basically saying how she used to be the one asking him like, hey, you're not gonna leave me, right? Ever, like, promise that you're never gonna leave me. He's saying that I was always there for you whenever you needed me, but like when I needed you, you were nowhere to be seen. Oh, I missed what they just said. He's basically like, basically he wasn't there when she, like, he needed her the most. So sad. He's saying that he gave up on a lot of his friends because, and he's never seen them since because of her. Basically, he wanted to spend some more time with her or something. And I know how that is like because I've been there with my ex. She never asked me to give up my friends. She never told me, oh, I want you to spend more time with me. It's just that I felt like she needed me. I know that she was going through some hard times, and I felt like she needed me. And I basically gave up a lot of my friends. I just, like, you know, started to like kind of slowly cut them off and stuff. And there's some friends I haven't spoken to them since, even after we've been broken up for like 5 months now. So it is, I understand what he's going through, and I understand like how he says like he's basically saying to her that, do you even know the problems or shit I've been through? I can't even tell anyone loudly. And I know that feeling because I've been through some shit. But there's the stigma for guys that they can't really like express their feelings or emotions, or they're not even supposed to have emotions, right? So I kind of felt embarrassed to say some things to some people. Like, I'm a very open person. I don't mind sharing my emotions, but there are some times I felt like I should keep my pain and whatever I'm going through hidden, because I don't want people to think less of me because I have feelings, you know, like so strong and shit. Like, I'm sure there's gonna be people commenting below saying, what the fuck, like, you're a dude, why do you feel that way, all that stuff. But like, there's a reason, you know, like there's a stigma in our society where you're not supposed to have a feeling if you're a guy. I don't believe it to be true, but then at the same time I hid my feelings because of that, so that's kind of sad. He was saying like, always listen to like all the shit he told me, basically like trying to say like how she used to be like kind of like obviously cute and annoying, I'm assuming. And she's saying that he listened to all that stuff because from the first day they met, he considered her his wife, and that's really like sweet, I think. But yeah, so
कभी लगता है कि मैं ऐसा क्या करूं जो तू मेरे पास वापस आ जाए, मैं तुझे ऐसा क्या बोलूं जो तू मेरे सारे सैक्रिफाइसेस को समझ पाए, काश मैं तुझे बता पाता लड़की हाउ मच यू रियली मीन टू मी, मैं ऐसा क्या करूं जो एक बार तो कम से कम तुझे कभी मेरी याद आए.
So here he's basically saying like, I don't know what to do to get you back. I don't know what I can say to get you back. I think that's a bad idea to be going back with a girl like who never really felt like that about you. Especially like you're basically saying the way like he's explaining emotions. But then at the same time, I've been there. I've been back with the person that I know wasn't good for me over and over again just because I didn't want to let her go. I just loved her so much. I'll be just crawling back. Even when she was wrong, I'll be the one trying to get her back all the time, crying, begging to get her back. And it's really hard not like to hold yourself back and not do that to them. But it's just that you love them so much. You just don't want to let them go. No matter how poorly they treat you, you just don't want to let them go. And I guess I understand where he's coming from, but yeah, basically he's just blaming himself. He's like, what could I have done for you to like love me? What could I have done to like make you stay and all that shit? And now, looks like he surprised her. So basically here, he just repeats himself saying that, why don't you remember me? Like, why don't you ever remember me? Like, why do you not have memories of me? Why don't you remember me? And that is really sad. That is really sad. Like, I know how that feels. And like when this person's gone and you know they're not right for you, but you're still like wondering, why don't you remember me? Why don't you miss me? Why aren't you here with me? And it's very painful. And I feel him. I know how that feels. I've been there. It's very hard, and I'm so glad I'm hiding behind this emoji right now or whatever, because I do not want to fucking show my face right now. It's hard, and like even though you know they're bad for you, but you still miss them because there's just so much there and there's so much feelings you had for them, and you just don't ever want to lose them. But that's just how it is. You just sometimes, no matter what you do, you just can't keep them because they're not right for you. And no matter what you could have done, you would have never been enough for them. You just have accepted. You could be the best person ever, but to them, you're still not enough because they just want something else. Okay, let's keep going.
Remember एक बार हमने पी ली थी, फिर बाद में तूने सरप्राइज रिंग दी थी, मैं तो लिटरली आ गया था ऑन मनी, लोगों से भर गया था ना पूरा सीसीडी. अभी जाता हूँ तो वेटर्स पूछते हैं सर जी कि आजकल मैडम दिखती नहीं, फिर मैं झूठ बोलता हूँ कि तू काम में बिजी है, शी इज वर्किंग फॉर सम बिग एमएनसी, मैं कुछ भी करूँ.
So basically here he says that how one time they got drunk and she proposed to him and gave him a ring and stuff, and so that's what is remembering his memory. And then he's saying that how he goes to the restaurant still, and then the waiters are asking where's like your girlfriend and stuff, and he just has to lie. He tells them that, oh, she's busy with her work, just busy with some MMC and shit, and so it's kind of sad.
बेबी क्या फर्क पड़ता है, तूने तो वही किया जो तुझे करना है. पता नहीं था कि जब मैं लट्टू था उस समय से एक्चुअली मुझे डरना है. सब बोलते भाई तू बदल गया है, तू पहले वाला फनी डिनो नहीं लगता.
So here it basically says like, let me just recap.
मैं कुछ भी करूं बेबी क्या फर्क पड़ता है.
Basically saying whatever I do, it doesn't matter because you did whatever you had to do, whatever you wanted to do.
पता नहीं था कि जब मैं लट्टू था उस समय से एक्चुअली मुझे डरना है.
Like he's saying that I didn't know that I had to be scared from the time I was like Latu, like basically a loser.
सब बोलते भाई तू बदल गया है, तू पहले वाला फनी डिनो नहीं लगता.
He says that everyone tells him that, bro, you're changed. You're not like the funny Dino as before. His name is Dino.
मैं जिंदा हूं साला वो काफी है, मुझे खुद नहीं पता मुझे करना क्या है.
He's saying that I'm alive. That's more than enough. I don't even know myself what I want to do. So he's basically saying like it doesn't matter if I'm like my old self or not. It's just the fact that I'm alive is already enough for me.
मैं मानता हूं मैं कंगाल था, मैं मानता हूं मेरा बुरा हाल था, मैं मानता हूं कि मैं एक लूजर हूं और तेरे फ्रीडम के बीच में एक वॉल था.
He's saying that I agree that I was broke. I agree I'm a loser. I agree that I was a wall between your freedom and you. But yeah. And he's saying that I agree that maybe thousands of times you cried because of me. I know that I was, and then he's saying that I agree I was getting destroyed and I was completely helpless. He's saying that he understands that he's insecure and he's always to be jealous of her friends and stuff. And that part is kind of sad, and I kind of relate to it because I was like that too with my ex. But the thing is that I wasn't like that in the beginning. In the beginning, it wasn't like that. It's just that once I found out that one of her best friends, that she mentioned to me like the way like, oh, he's basically like my gay best friend. We just talk about you and stuff. And I was like, oh shit, cool, cool, cool. And later on I found out that she cheated on me with him. It was very painful. It was fucking awful, and it fucking hurt like hell. Cause I was like, what the fuck? I thought he was your best friend, or like your gay best friend. How could you have like how what the fuck? And that hurt. But the fact that I stayed with her after that, and the fact that I was asking her to stay with me, it was so sad. It feels so pathetic if I look back at our times. But yeah, so I guess it's kind of justified why I was always insecure about her friends, whoever it was, because she has a basically every guy friend that she had, she hooked up with already, or she's fucked or something like that. So I kind of understand how I was jealous, but at the same time, I kind of feel pathetic for being so insecure or even being with that person like that. But I just didn't want to let her go. It's like I just didn't want to let her go at all. But yeah.
मैं मानता हूं मैं चिल्लाता था हमेशा लड़ने को तैयार था मैं मानता हूं हर वक्त शिकायतों का मेरे पास एक बहुत बड़ा भंडार था
So here he says that how he agrees that he always was ready to fight. He was always prepared to fight for anything. He was always prepared to like, scream and all that stuff. He always had lists of complaints. And here I can relate to it too. Like I remember all the problems every time we actually had a problem in a relationship, she never wanted to fight about it, and I hated that because I wanted her to fight. If I did something wrong, I wanted her to get mad at me and yell at me, but she never would. And then we'd have a fight about why she's not getting mad at me. And it's so sad that I fucking fought with her for not having fights with me. And that's kind of stupid. Like I feel fucking stupid right now for having fights about that silly things. But it's just that I felt that if she's not willing to fight for the problems that we're having or trying to fix it by fighting, then maybe she's not into the relationship. But then she'd say I am. It's just that I don't like fighting. But then I feel like it's very important to fight in a relationship to come to a solution. But yeah. He's saying that, but God only knows that I only had love for you in my heart, and that's very sweet, I think. He's basically saying that there's a reason to everything. Maybe this happened because of God, like God wanted this to happen. Maybe this happened because of like he didn't come from my wish, so he didn't leave from my wish, so there's obviously a reason to it. That's what he's trying to say. I personally am not super religious, but I mean I like the lyrics here. He's just saying that maybe this was all attraction. Maybe this was just I fucking like cooked up all these stories. Basically, like he's saying that maybe you never loved me, and maybe there's all these stories of that you loving me and all that. This is just all in my head. I just made up all this. And feeling like that really feels shitty because I've been there and I feel awful just feeling like that person that you really love and just they never really loved you, and it's like what the fuck. So that's just awful feeling like there. But yeah. And he's basically saying maybe I was just another guy in your life, just another random dude. He's saying that all your problems were mine. Like any problem that she had, it was his problem too, and nothing else was more important to him more than her. And that's sad because I know how it feels like to put someone like that, like, the top priority, just giving up everything for them because you know that they're the one. Everything you do, every success, everything that you have in your life is because of them, or more so for them, right? You want to be good in life, but you want to be good in life for them. There's no other reason for it. But when that person leaves you, you're just like, you're my topmost priority. It's like, what? Obviously, looking back, it's probably unhealthy that I did that and made this person my topmost priority. But at the time, I felt like, well, if I'm her topmost priority and she's my topmost priority, then I have nothing to worry about because I'm always going to be pushing her up and getting her to her best self. And she's always going to be pushing me up and getting to my best self. And if we're going to end up together, so why does it matter, like, who goes first or something? It's just because at the end of the day, I want to be with her. So, of course, she has to be a topmost priority because I want her happiness is my happiness. And I wanted her to be the happiest possible. But yeah, it's sad. Pathetic on my part, but sad. He's saying that no one was there when I was like when I needed people. Not even you like stood by me, held my hand. But I'm still glad that I did my best for the relationship. Basically, he's glad, and honestly, I feel the same way. Like, no, even the fact that we didn't work out, I'm just glad that I tried everything I could have. I did my best, and I can still go to sleep every night knowing that even though like I questioned myself, doubt myself, like, oh, what could I have done better? But at the end of the day, I know I've tried my best. I know that I've done everything that I could have done possibly. And I don't feel guilty. Like, I know that I've tried my best, and if it didn't work out, then maybe it's her fault. Maybe she just didn't know how to hold on to something that's really good. Or maybe I'm good. Maybe I'm just completely delusional. I don't even know. But I'm just glad at the end of the day that I tried my best. I tried everything that I could have done for make us work, and I'm just glad that he's glad that he tried his best for the relationship. He's saying that it's sad that you don't remember anything and nothing. It's just all of this just came short, and yeah, I feel it's always like it's just sad that everything I did just fell short. Okay, I think I muted my fucking.
मैं तेरे फोटोज तक डिलीट करने की गुस्से में पहले फेंक देता हूँ फिर ढूंढ ढूंढ के ले आता हूँ तूने जो रिंग दी थी.
He's saying that he still doesn't have the courage to delete the photos that they have together, and every time he throws away the ring that she gave him, he after a bit, like, when he's angry, and then after a bit he just tries to go and find that ring. Yeah, been there. And for the photos, I still haven't deleted the photos with my ex. Like, I pretended to delete it in front of her when we broke up, but obviously I didn't. I kept it all, and sometimes I look back at it and I just like, I can't hold myself from just like fucking bursting out in tears, and I try, but I can't. And I want to delete them, but I just can't, because some of the memories that we have together are so good, and I don't want to lose them. I love her, and I loved her a lot, and I know that love is fading. It's been a while, but yeah, I can't delete those. I don't know why, and I mean, I know why. So I can relate with him, and I know why he can't delete the pictures or whatever, but yeah.
चुप चुप के दूसरों के फोन से अभी तक मैं तेरे व्हाट्सएप के पिक्स चेक करता हूँ होपिंग कभी तो तूने लिखा होगा तेरा really miss my baby.
So basically he's saying that he uses other people's phones to check out her profile to see if he's hoping that maybe she writes that, oh, I really miss my baby. It's pathetic and it's sad and it's fucking, I don't know, whatever you say, but honestly, I do the same thing. We completely cut contacts, but like I use other profiles to check on her profile to see that maybe she'll write something like that, or maybe she'll be like, oh, I miss my babe or whatever. And it's pathetic, but yeah, I do the same thing, and it's fucking sad. So here repeats basically the same thing. Why don't you remember me? Why don't you remember me?
आधे घंटे के हम दोनों के ब्रेकअप फिर कैसी रोती हुई शक्लें बनाकर करते थे ना एक दूसरे को अपनी पिक व्हाट्सएप. हाँ मैंने बोला था चली जाता था लंबा नहीं चलने वाला ये नाटक पर पता नहीं था इस बार तू लौटेगी नहीं तेरी लाइफ में कोई और आ चुका ना बेबी यार.
He's saying that wasn't it sweet when we used to have the half-an-hour breakups, and then we used to cry both and like send each other's pictures on WhatsApp, like try to make up everything. And yeah, I know. And he's saying that he knew that he said for her to leave, but he just assumed that it was going to be another one of those half-an-hour dramas, like they're just going to fight and everything's going to be fine. But he didn't know that she wasn't going to come back this time. He's saying that within 10 days you were with someone else. What was the great rush? It's very fucking painful when you're with someone in such a situation and then you guys break up, and then within like few days she's already with someone else. It's painful. I'm sure it goes for girls too. I'm sure girls feel the same way when you're with some guy and within a few days they're with someone else. But yeah, it's very sad. It's very sad. I know how she feels because one of the times we broke up, my ex and I, well, she left, and within the next day she was with some person she met from online, and she was already hooking up with them, and that fucking felt awful. It was really painful, and yeah, and even when we got back together, it was something I had to live with. And it wasn't just one guy. She hooked up with so many guys from online during that break that we had, and it was awful. And these guys were old, and it just felt weird because like they were so much older than her. Like she fucking went back to her ex's best friend to hook up. I'm like, and it was just it was all bad, and it really hurts, and I know how that feels. So yeah, 10 days. I mean, fucking 10 days is not that bad, I guess, when you consider. I mean, relatively for me at least, because mine went out with some random dude and hooked up within like fucking next morning. So, or next night actually. But yeah, that's a shitty feeling.
मुझे सुधरने का, मुझे समझने का, एटलीस्ट मेरी जान एक मौका तो देती। मैं भी एक वीक इंसान ही हूँ बाबा, हो गई यार मुझसे गलती।
He's saying like, what was the rush? Like, why didn't you just give me a chance to fix my mistakes and all that shit? And I'm a weak human too. Like I'm a weak human too. So yeah, I made some mistakes. So why couldn't you just give me another chance? And I mean, yeah, I think if they had a serious relationship and they loved each other, she should have given him another chance. Maybe there's some things we don't know about the relationship. Like sometimes the guy is just so bad and you just keep giving them chances over and over again, but they never fix themselves. So I guess it could be like one of those things. I wish I could say relate to this part, but I can't because there wasn't really something I was working on at the time. Like obviously there were some things, but like nothing big like that. And we broke up every time because of something she did, not something I did most of the time. It was because, let's say, I mean, it had to do mostly with guys of her and guys, or her and her family. So yeah, it's fucking sad. But yeah, I wish I could say I relate to this part, but I don't, because I understand that sometimes you can give the same person chances over and over again, but they just don't fix themselves. So at the point, you just don't want them back. Like I miss her, like I miss my ex more than anything else in the world. But there's one thing, I do not want her back. I do not want her back whatsoever. So yeah.
ये कंफ्यूजन था सॉल्व हो जाता, लेकिन ये करने की तुझे क्या जरूरत थी? बहुत जल्द मैं देखना तुझे भुला दूंगा और मेरे
So here he says like there was the confusion, like he could have been sorted out. Why did you have to do this basically?
मेरी लाइफ में कोई और लड़की आएगी, मैं दुनिया की उसे सारी खुशियां दूंगा, वही होगी मेरी सबसे पहली प्रायोरिटी। तुझे क्या लगता था हां मैं जिंदगी भर तुझे लेकर रोता रहूंगा?
So here he says that soon I'll have some other girl coming in my life, and I'm gonna give them the happiest. I'm gonna make the happiest ever. I'll give them all the happiness on the earth, and they'll be my first priority and all that shit. He's basically like lying to himself because now he's saying that, oh fuck, I'm wrong. I know that no girl will ever take your place, and I know that feeling because I've been there. And I was like, fuck, I'm gonna find some other chick. Who cares? I'm a good dude, and I know that I am everything that a girl is looking for. Not really, but I was just lying to myself. And yeah, and then I hoped that maybe someone else, will be there and they'll find this, and like they'll be like, oh fuck, this is the guy I want to be with, and then all this. I know I was lying to myself because at the end of the day, I feel like I don't want anyone else, So I'm at that weird space where I don't want her, but I don't want anyone else either because I'm just not ready, I guess. So, like, yeah, I know that feeling though.
सब कहते Dino just let her go, पर तू बता मैं तुझे कैसे जाने दूं? You're my little puppy ना, अब तू बता ऐसी हालत में मैं क्या करूं?
He's saying that every one of his friends told him to just let her go and all that stuff, but he's just like, he's asking, how do I let her go? You're like my little puppy now. So puppy is like a little slang they use in India for something like cute or something, especially with your like boyfriend or girlfriend. You tell them, like, you call them puppy or something. It's like a cute kind of like nickname you give them. And then he's asking like, how can I like let you go in this situation? He's saying that how long do I live in this denial, and how long like do I keep on going with this? And I wish that God would just give me one more chance so I can come and say to you. He's saying that, what do I say? The silence is in my heart. He's saying, you tell me, what do I do? You tell me what do I do? How do I let you go? Why don't you ever miss me? Why don't you ever miss me? That was sad. Wow. I highly recommend that you guys check out the song. Even if you don't understand Hindi, they have subtitles. So, I mean that most of it's correct. Some of it's kind of wrong, but it's good. It's good. Yeah, it's a very heavy song, and I'm so sorry the video was so long today. But I'm thinking of just leaving it unedited as much as I can, and just basically being 100% honest with you guys and being 100% true. I know that right now I basically have like what fucking 2 3 viewers right now, but even those 2 3 viewers, you guys, it means a lot to me because that's 2 or 3 of you that takes the time out of your day to actually look at my sad, depressing ass videos. So yeah, thank you so much for checking out the video, and hope you guys liked it. If you guys did, don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and see you in the next one. Hopefully with something more happy, even though this is a fucking sad channel. But yeah, thank you for checking out the video. Bye bye.